Hello, Mike Roberts here, just with the 2022 Hyundai Ioniq 5. This one is a full electric vehicle, very interesting in design and in conception from a lot of different, sort of standpoints. Technologically, this one is very, very advanced. It's probably the most advanced technological vehicle that I've ever been in. Not to say that I've had a whole lot of experience in driving electric vehicles, but it just goes above and beyond. It's like nothing I've ever driven. It's very fast, especially for me. All the power for this one comes at 0 RPMs, just as any electric vehicle. So I'll take you on a quick tour of the vehicle. We'll have a quick look at some of the interesting features and details of this one. As you can see, it has a really cool rim design. Standard comes 235/55 R19 tires, stretched over 19-inch rims. You can see we got the Steele Hyundai sort of branding all over this one, and very interesting door design. Open the door handles just like that. And I'll show you, when you do lock the door, oh, not working there. When you do lock the door handles sort of fold back into the door. Interesting inside door design. You've got these slits here instead of your traditional grab handles. So there's actually basically a little spot to store stuff down there. You can also have some more storage down in here, and you can notice that these handles have been finished in an aluminum style, as well as all the switches on the side. So that's very interesting. And you have your traction control, as well as your adjustment for your lights here and your parking brake available right there. And you have speakers on either side here, and these vents are sort of a new design. Now you also have haptic touch buttons here to control your display mode. We'll show you here. This is drive to display, or that actually shows your sound mode. This would be your voice control. And you also have here a button to answer, decline, or make calls. This is your favorites button, so it pulls up your sort of favorite contacts. And then here you can raise or lower your volume, and then go next or last on your songs that you're listening to on your phone or whatever device you're using. You can also shuffle through your menu options here with this button. Show you a few of the different options. And you have your cruise control button here, and this is for manipulating the center display, lane keep assist, and adaptive cruise control there as well. There's a very interesting sort of transmission selector design here. It's sort of hard to see from that angle, but you can see a little bit better here. I put my foot on the brake and I twist. That goes into reverse. Twist up, we're in drive, and you hit this button on the end, and we go back into park. As you can tell, those are finished in a nice, very similar as to all the other design features in the car. It's an aluminum finish, and when I grab it, it feels cold to the touch. So that tells me that it is some sort of metal or alloy, which is a very interesting thing interesting detail to make sure was accounted for in this vehicle. You can see the sort of center button array is very similar to what you'd find in other Hyundai vehicles. Similar design language to all the rest of the vehicle, where it is finished in this sort of aluminum style. And you have a full array of climate controls here. Warmer, colder, more air, less air, and then directional as well. And it is also dual climate control, so you can change it for either passenger. As you can sort of see in the bottom there, the bottom of the screen there is a couple of sort of chargers. There's a USB charger there, as well as a 12-volt charger. And down below even further, you see your dual cup holders, as well as 2 USB ports. And we also have a center armrest here. You lift up the center armrest, and different from a traditional car where you'd have the center console here or you'd have the transmission tunnel, there is just more space. So there's lots of storage down here below as well. Storage on that door, and you can see down here there's also a very big glove box and controls up top to change your lighting situation on the interior. Very interesting vent design, as I mentioned before. It's a very cool little vehicle. I'll show you a little bit more. You cycle through your media. It shows you your radio. And you do have navigation on this one as well. It's not really showing me, but you go to your map, and there we are. Wonderful. And you also have your parking camera as well that you can pull up at any time. You don't actually necessarily have to be in reverse to view your camera from the rear. We'll see. And we also have just your camera to see right below your rear bumper, and that shows you more of a comprehensive view. So go home there and make sure that this one is in park, because it is an electric vehicle, so you can never be too careful. And it did just roll on me. That was a little bit nerve-wracking, but we made it out all right. And now, as you can see in the rear, the door handles have folded in on themselves. Maybe if I can hit the unlock button here, give you a good example of what they do when you do hit the unlock button. They fold out to greet you. So it's a very interesting thing. And same sort of design in the rear as you do have in the front. It's the sort of gap in the door to give you a place to grab it, and same sort of thing with the aluminum finishing on the buttons as well as the handles. And this takes two hands to do the full demonstration to show you that it does, the rear seats do go up and down, but I can at the very least show you that they do fold down with the touch of that button there. And they do also slide forward and back to give yourself more leg room in the rear if you're needing that, or if you're uncomfortable for any reason. And moving on to the rear, the Ioniq has a very interesting taillight design, which I'll pop up on the screen here now. And when the lock button is hit, the rear lights light up in this bright red sort of color, and it's really, really nice. Adds to the design language, same sort of 8-bit style as you see in the front with the headlights. And you also have in the rear these little hooks, so you can hook stuff down if you have something that would be loose in the rear there. And a fairly large rear trunk, especially for this sort of class of vehicle. You can fit lots of stuff in here. You take this on a road trip, pile your skis, depending on where you're going, your golf clubs, lots of room in the rear here. This is definitely one of those vehicles that you want to get out and drive, because it is, like I said, like nothing I've ever driven. Most people who I take out in this vehicle have never driven an electric car, so a vehicle like this is something that's completely foreign to them, which is not a bad thing. In a lot of cases, it is a very good thing, because it sort of creates that experience that a lot of people are looking for out of a new car. It's something just completely different, right? It's, not like buying an iPhone and then buying another iPhone. It's like buying an iPhone and then buying whatever Mr. Jetson had, right? So come down and have a look. Come down and take a test drive. I'd be happy to take you out with me. My number is 902-818-2796 if you want to give me a call and book an appointment. My name is Mike Roberts. This has been the Mike Roberts Rundown. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.